Good morning, everyone. Myself, Dr. Savita Wang, and today we are going to do the poem Where the Mind is Without Fear by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore, born in 1861, died in 1941, known more popularly as the poet was a very versatile person. He hailed from a family of painters, composers, and writers, and he himself combined these arts in his creative work. His sensitive ear has led to a whole tradition of Rabindra Sangeet. He was the first Indian writer to be awarded the Nobel Prize in 1911. A contemporary of Gandhi, Tagore and Gandhi had many interests in common. Though not an active political figure, he was much concerned about the state of the country. His concern for education led him to establish Vishwa Bharati, University of Shantiniketan, a center for arts and ideas. Tagore traveled a great deal, was very much impressed by other civilizations in the East, like the Chinese civilization, and wrote about religion, civilization, and nationalism, both in prose essays and his creative work. A poet, playwright, novelist, his work took up issues of caste, widow remarriage, and revolutionary politics, amongst others. To him, we also owe our national anthem, Jana Gana Mana. The poem in this selection is a very well-known poem about the poet's dream for his country. It seeks to define freedom, which mainly implies a sense of fearlessness. Indians were cowed down by fear of punishment during the colonial regime. This one fear prevented them from growing in intellectual terms or acquiring the dignity necessary for human survival. The poet goes on to examine the barriers that exist in the form of caste and religious divisions, the unthinking attitude of millions that makes them victims of their ignorance, and goes on to aspire for a day when the country will be free in every sense and not only politically free. The poem in this form is in the form of a prayer, hence the repetitive beginning of almost every line. It comes very close to Gandhi's definition of freedom of Swaraj as self-rule and freedom from bias and prejudice, and expresses a great love for the mother country. The poem is in free verse and relies upon the natural speech rhythms and cadences that result from the alienation of stressed and unstressed syllables. The poet makes good use of alliteration, dreary desert sand of dead habit, and of repetitive sound patterns. A hymn for all mankind, the mind without fear, the words in Chitto Jetha Bhay Shunyo in Bangla, which means where the mind is without fear, are so clear that there is really no need for annotation. It's no wonder that this poem from Rabindranath Tagore's Gitanjali has inspired generations of Indians and Bangladeshis. Let me read the poem. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, My father, let my country awake. This poem 35, quoted here from Rabindranath Tagore's Gitanjali, was composed and published about 120 years ago. Gitanjali, meaning song offerings, gets a mention in Tagore's 1913 Nobel Prize citation. Tagore himself translated some of his Bengali works, including this one, into English, while considerably simplifying them. The words are thus so clear, there is really no need for annotation. Chitto jetha bhay shunyo, where the mind is without fear, has inspired generations of Indians and Bangladeshis who consider it as a hymn, a prayer to inspire all mankind. Almost half a century before India attained independence, Tagore here yearns for the heaven of freedom. The verse continues to exhort people, particularly in conflict zones across the world, to seek fearless truth, progressive thoughts and actions, and to stand up and see the world as one undivided by borders or narrow domestic walls. Tagore stood for living life to the full and not for any renunciation of the world. President Barack Obama used the opening lines of this verse in his 2010 speech to the joint session of Parliament in New Delhi. In 2013, A.R. Rahman composed Jago Mere Desh, an Independence Day tribute featuring the poem in its original Bangla as well as a Hindi translation. Rabindranath Tagore's birth anniversary falls on 7th May of every year. This poem, I hope you have understood it, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. That is, when there is no fear in the mind and when you can hold your head high, where knowledge is free, where you are free to gain knowledge, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls of the countries, where each nation is free in every sense, where words come out from the depth of truth, which means every citizen should have this freedom of expression, where people can speak their thoughts without any fear of oppression, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection. Here it's a personification, where tireless striving is personified, who is stretching its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason, this metaphor is used, stream of reason, has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where we don't follow customs and traditions just as a dead habit, but we question them and seek their validity before implementing them in our lives, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. He wishes this poem, which was written before independence, here the poet wishes that the country is free from the colonial regime as soon as possible, and he doesn't wish for just political freedom but freedom from every kind of fear, and he wishes his country should awake into that heaven of freedom. He prays to his Father, that is God. I hope the poem is clear. Thank you, girls. Bye.